theme of this year's yoga, the 10th edition of the International Yoga Day. Vedic scholar Dushyant Sridhar is joining us on the broadcast now. Thank you very much for giving your time. Good morning to us. The emphasis was on how yoga is not just beneficial for self but for the entire society. Your opening comments. Mr. Sridhar, can you hear me? Okay, I believe there is some issue in connecting with him, but our other guests are also with us on the broadcast. We have Dr. Dimple Jangra, celebrity Ayurveda coach and gut health expert. We have Yogacharya Dr. Anand Balayogi from the Institute of Salutogenesis and Complementary Medicine. We'll also be joined by Tarandeep Kaur, Ariel and Iyengar yoga instructor. Let me in fact go across to Dr. Dimple now. Dr. Dimple, the Prime Minister focused on how yoga is being made part of people's lifestyle, not just by individuals, but as a society also, we've embraced it now. Institutes making sure that they have a yoga instructor to de-stress their employees.
Well, I think it's such a milestone event that, Prime Minister Modi introduced yoga on the international platform in a way that the credit and recognition came to India. There has always been a culture where, intelligence goes from the east to the west, and then it gets commercialized and commoditized there. But we've never got credit for the things that we do, like, inventing zero, inventing yoga, Ayurveda, naturopathy. All of these have origin in India. Now, the beauty about this movement, in the last 10 years is that all institutes around the world, be it European or American or Indian, have started emphasizing on preventive healthcare and wellness and the importance of investing in your employees, in your staff, in your students, in your teachers, in your professors. When we're investing in their well-being and health, we're promoting the well-being and health of the entire nation as a whole. And this is what we have always learned in school, right? Prevention is better than cure. How about investing in your health today so that you can be more productive and you can contribute to the greater good of the nation, to your family, to your relationships? Yoga is something that has allowed people to also tap into their inner peace. There is more calmness around people when they've done yoga. There's less bitterness, there's less anger, less harsh stuff being said. And also the relationship between an employer-employee sweetens when the employer starts investing in the employee's health. Now, when this becomes a national movement, there is absolutely, no shame in taking out time for your health and reducing the amount of work that you do throughout the day. So you could probably be doing 8 hours of work and 1 hour of self-help or self-health or self-healing. That only impresses your employer when you go with a resume like that, saying that I practice yoga, I've learned yoga. Now, I'm an Ayurvedic health coach, but I also made it a point to go do a 200-hour teacher training course, to learn yoga. Not because I'm going to teach yoga or make it a commercial venture of my own, but it's for my own self-learning because it allows me to be in charge of my health, about my body, mind, and emotions. And I'm extremely grateful, for the current government, for Prime Minister Narendra Modi, for giving it so much ammunition, so much force, and, so much recognition, for putting it in the limelight, for making it a topic of discussion around the world, and for giving us a credit finally. I'm really glad that it's in the center of the conversation here.
Dr. Dimple, stay on with us. We also have Yogacharya ji on the broadcast with us. Thank you for giving us your time. Like I said, there are multiple forms of yoga that are performed across the world now. People have their own adaptations. There's something called as power yoga as well. But like the Prime Minister said, tourists who want to learn authentic yoga, practice authentic yoga, are heading towards India, and in large numbers, in fact. It is India's gift to the world, which it has embraced at its own now.
It is very important that we realize that the fertile soil from which yoga has come is that of Bharat. The Sanatana Dharma culture is the fertile breeding ground for the culture of yoga. Because yoga is a physical culture, emotional culture, mental culture, and spiritual culture. All aspects of the human existence, be it your physical aspects of health, be it the physiological homeostatic balance, be it the psychological equanimity or the spiritual oneness, all of them are attained through the regular practice of yoga which is a 24-hour sadhana. It is not something you just do on the mat. It is what it makes you become when you're off the mat. So that 60 minutes on the mat should influence your 24 hours off the mat. And this is where today a lot of people have brought in what I call mutations of yoga. So you have mutated versions. The original yoga is that of Maharishi Patanjali, who looks at social dimensions of our wellness through yama niyama. He looks at the physical health dimension through asana pranayama, the aspect of mental health through pratyahara and dharana, and spiritual health through dhyana and samadhi. All the four domains of WHO health today: social dimension, physical dimension, mental dimension, and never forget it, the most important, spiritual dimension. Well, yoga can give it all to us. And this is why millions of people are looking towards India, our beloved Bharat Desh, and looking for the real yoga, the classical yoga, and not hodgepodge, modern, mutated, invented versions, which are only done for trademark and copyrights. I think India has been the most benevolent country in giving this gift to humanity. Yoga is our gift to humanity. But the message to the West: do not take India out of yoga. Do not take Sanatana Dharma and our Bharatiya Sanskriti.
Yogacharya, we in fact have started getting live visuals of the Prime Minister also now performing yoga. Just a short while back, I saw him doing the butterfly pose, or the Baddha Konasana as it is called in Sanskrit. Perhaps you can throw more light on that.
You know, the Baddha Konasana is called Bhadrasana. In our classical scriptures, Bhadra means that which is auspicious. And so we want to create an auspiciousness about our existence. In this image, you can see him doing Vajrasana, the thunderbolt posture. It is the human practice where you manifest your humaneness, as no animal can sit in Vajrasana like we human beings can.
Absolutely. Live visuals coming in of all those who are joining, participating in the event from outdoors, and also of those who are doing yoga with the Prime Minister at the moment indoors. Remember, it was due to incessant rains that the entire event was shifted indoors. And at the moment, another pose there being performed by Prime Minister. Is this the beginning of the Ushtrasan, Yogacharya ji?
Yes. It is the Ardha Ushtrasana, which is the preparatory posture to go into the Ushtra, which is the camel posture. Many people call an asana as a pose, but pose is only the physical aspect. You have to move from pose to posture, and then you come into poise. Poise is where you become the asana and you manifest the essence of the asana itself. The goal of yoga is to become one with the practice. So initially, there's a lot of doing. I am doing yoga, and then you become yoga. So from doing to being, that is the journey of yoga.
From doing to being is the journey of yoga. Very well put out by you, Yogacharya ji. The Prime Minister is performing the Shashank Asan at the moment. We also have Dushyant Sridhar joining us in the broadcast. Dushyant Sridhar, the Prime Minister already has spoken about the significance of yoga and how it has been embraced by the world. Right now, we're getting live visuals of the Prime Minister performing yoga. In fact, at the moment, we are also looking at how yoga is not just part of our lifestyle, but people slowly realizing that it can help you in that journey of finding inner peace.
Absolutely, absolutely. Namaskaram. Best wishes to all the Astikas and the citizens across the world on this International Yoga Day. And time and again, all our rishis, our preceptors have insisted that for a very good harmonious living, especially for oneself with the society, to have that relationship, yoga is extremely important. Yoga, as one of the panelists said, is just not about the asanas, because when we deal with Ashtanga Yoga, we have got Yamam, Niyamam, Asanam, Pranayamam, Pratyaharam, Dharana, Dhyanam, Samadhi. So it is about the union. When you see with that of your mind, and of your body and with the Paramatma. So there is a Atma Sakshatkara and a Paramatma Sakshatkara. And ultimately, it leads to a lot of harmony in the society for the well-being of the society. And I'm so happy that many schools have started making yoga as a part of their curriculum, as a very compulsory part of their curriculum. And we will all be so delighted to know that across the world, across many countries, we have many countries' education systems that have adopted yoga in it. And that is going to lead to a better world, a peaceful world. And we have time, and one thing very important is this year, it's being instituted. It is being showcased by the Prime Minister, the Honorable Prime Minister from Srinagar. And Srinagar, which is the Rajdhani, the capital of Jammu and Kashmir, has been an integral part to the civilization. Right from the days of Abhinava Gupta to kings like Lalitaditya Muktapida.
Right.
We have got architecture, art forms, and all of that coming from Srinagar. And Srinagar is a testimony to a fact of our living, thriving, very vibrant civilization.
Absolutely. Dushyant, Sridhar, Dr. Dimple and Yogacharya ji stay on with us. Live visuals coming in from Srinagar. The Prime Minister there practicing yoga, and also along with him there are several participants who've joined the event despite weather conditions not in favor. Incessant rains were reported earlier, because of which the event was shifted indoors. But you can see the participation, the enthusiasm of the people. And these are visuals not just coming in from Srinagar, but across the country. Thousands are taking part in such events. For the moment, we're taking a very short break. We continue to talk about, in fact, India's soft power that was once criticized, but today has taken center stage.